Hi everybody, hope you're okay. Okay, today's live update onto our Facebook channel. Sorry, brain went blank then. Onto our Facebook channel, and I'll put this onto our other channels a little bit later on for you. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe. We're going to do some leg movement, so following on for something we did earlier in the week, and some upper back movement as well into our upper back. So building strength into that back. Okay, also some directional type movement as well. So movement is there for us as far as our everyday life is concerned. Remember, you need to have done your warm-up first, so make sure you've done a warm-up before you do this. Add it in afterwards. It's a bit of strength work, so you can either do a warm-up and this and then do a cool down, or you can do a warm-up cardiovascular and then this and cool down. Choice is yours, okay? But make sure you've done a warm-up before. You don't want to do this straight from cold, okay? Even if it's a march or a walk around the house, getting gradually more intense, so you build the heat, you build the pulse, you feel yourself breathing a little bit heavier, you can feel yourself getting a little bit warmer. That is what we need, all right? Okay, let's get ourselves going. So let's start with posture firstly. So heels underneath hips, abs drawn in. We're going to lift the shoulders up, back and down. Now instantly we grow about an inch between our ribs and our hips, okay? And that's what we want. Lift those shoulders up, back and down, drawing those shoulder blades together so you've got that, that good posture in there, all right? From there, we're going to do some directional stepping. So this is really good for balance. It's really good for our postural stability, and we use it in everyday life. When we're out walking, we've got to change direction. When we're in the house, we change direction to get things as we're in the kitchen or we're in the lounge or anywhere. Setting the dining room table, we change the direction to put stuff down. So it's all those sorts of movements, all right? Seated options if you want them, and I will show you some seated options. Okay, with support if you need it. Step forward, place your heel down onto the floor and bring it through to the ball of your foot. You're onto your toes at the back, okay? So we're into a bit of a lunge motion. Step forward and back in. Then take it diagonally, stepping across, heel down again, through to the ball of the foot and back in, and then out to the side. Okay? Now, if you feel comfortable and you feel steady and stable, you can just switch across to the other side for me. If you're utilising support, make sure you've got some support on the other side, or do a few on one side. Take as many steps as you need to turn in and change to the other side. Okay? Keep going. Seated, exactly the same. In the front third of our chair, we step forward with one foot, place the heel onto the floor, the toes come down, and we lean into it a little bit. So a little bit of hip hinge here. Take it diagonally, hinge towards the knee. Back in, and then out to the side. Changing to the other leg. Now again, you can do a number on one side, change to the other side, or you can change every time in our seated position. We've got our support here. Our bottom is on the chair. Just make sure you keep the weight down through your bottom so you're not lifting off that chair. Brilliant. Okay, so think about how your posture is while you're doing that. So as we're stepping out, we're not leaning forward, we're keeping our posture nice and tall, we're keeping that chest lifted and elevated. Shoulders are back, so we've got that really good posture. Feel the weight coming down through your foot as you step into it. Power through your heel to bring yourself back up. Change your direction, and then back in, and then again out to the side, and back in. So those motions that we go through in everyday life, changing our direction. If we feel imbalanced, we're going to need to step out, and this is something that we would utilise here. So if we're out and about somewhere and you felt a little bit unbalanced, you might step forward to stop yourself, yeah? Likewise, you might go diagonally to the side, okay? Choice is yours. So keep going. Take a little pause there. Okay, one for a towel for you, and we're going to work into our upper back. So I'm going to bring a chair in, and a chair is a good idea for this one because it helps us get our posture and focus on our posture. We haven't got to worry about balance. We haven't got to worry about staying stable if we're sat down so much. Hands up with your towel underneath if you can, and a little bit of a gap there, look. A little bit of a tension in there as well. So I'm coming close, look. You've got tension there, but I'm not pulling it really tight. There's a little bit of movement in there. All right. Elbows are tucked in. Pull the hands apart. Draw it in towards my belly button, keeping the elbows tucked in. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Come forward and release. Okay, keep going. We can hold it overhand if we find that more comfortable. But just remember, don't let your elbows come out. Keep them tucked in. That's one of the problems by holding it overhand. We tend to stick our elbows out. So you've got to really focus on those elbows if you do that. Pull in and then come forward and release. Feel that tension. If you don't have a towel handy or you don't feel comfortable with it, you can do it just with body resistance, okay? So hold your hands here. Draw apart, but keep your elbows tucked in. So feel that chest opening and then squeeze your shoulder blades together as you pull back. Come forward and release. So lots of options there for you as far as that is concerned, okay? Lots of things that you can do. Utilize the towel, don't utilize the towel. Aim for probably around about 8 of those in one go, but really focus on feeling your shoulder blades coming together. Imagine you're holding something between your shoulder blades. So, you know, Bill, I could see you were watching a moment ago. I know Christmas is one of your favourite times of the year, sorry. Imagine a walnut between your shoulder blades, yeah? You're trying to hold it there as you pull back. It's that motion that you want to feel. Brilliant. Okay, from there, our last movement, and you can do as many of these as you want. I'm just doing a whistle stop through the technique for you, but you do as many as you want. So once you've got one of the moves, pause the video, do it, start me up again. Okay, I'll still be here. The last one is about our reaching. Now earlier in the week we did some wide-based knee bends. So we took ourselves wide with our feet and we came down, yeah, and we lifted. Now we kept our chest lifted, so we're not dipping in, we're pushing the bum back and we're keeping the knees in line with our heels. Yes, there's a little bit of motion forward, but it's not this. I'm pushing the bum out backwards. Imagine I'm going to sit down and change my mind and stand back up. That's what I'm looking for. As you do it today, when you come down, have a little reach to the front, come back up and reach to the front again. It's not a big move, so we're just here, coming up and reaching. Think about unpacking the shopping, or think about getting the washing out of the washing machine. So I'm coming, I'm getting the washing and I'm popping it on the top. Even think about picking a parcel up off the doorstep. So we don't get them handed to us anymore. They're put on the doorstep. We have to get them in ourselves, yeah? So pick that parcel up, put it on the table in the hall, or take it into the kitchen and put it on the table there. In our seated position, exactly the same. Let me come sideways for you so you can see a bit better. So I've got that wide stance. I'm going to come forward and hinge from my hip, pushing the weight down through my heels, come back in and place. Yeah? Come forward, hinge from the hip, come up and place. And again, aim to do around about 8 of those. All right? That's it. So just a whistle stop tour of those. So say what you can do, take a little pause, do the movement we've done, start up again, go on to the next one, etc, etc. But you could also crowbar those into the rest of the day. So shoehorn them in for me, not crowbar, we'll shoehorn, hey? So think about what you're doing when you're doing stuff around the house. Think about how you can do those movements. That back one you can do while you're sat down. So all the time you could be increasing the tension between your shoulder blades and getting that additional movement in there. Right, that's me done. You take care. As always, any questions, any comments, any feedback, any requests, give me a shout. I'm here for you. Stay safe and I'll see you real soon. Bye.